Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. I thought I would do a bit of a stash update. As you know, I've recently finished 5 kits, so that gives me license to buy at least 40. The first 2 that I'm showing you are the Hat World War One German artillery and World War One German field wagon, which you've already seen, and the figures from some of the figures from the artillery were incorporated in the A7 dio, and the wagon was also used on the A7 dio. So that's the first thing. Okay, so I bought these figures initially to use with the A7, but once I got them I realised they were pretty much useless. They were all kind of action figures, you know, with charging or throwing grenades or shooting, and I didn't really want that. I just wanted a scene where, as I depicted, where, you know, German soldiers were at rest mainly, or I just wanted them marching alongside or behind the tank, but they hadn't got anything that I could use in this set, so these will be put aside for another day. So staying with figures, we've got Hitleri's American Special Forces, Vietnam War. Now again, I wanted to put a crew on the Swift boat that I'm doing, the 172nd Swift boat, but there is a company in Germany that does do the figures, but they're looking for 2 to 4 weeks delivery, and they're also £20 I think for 6 figures because they're resin. And I've got to be honest, I'm going to try and use some of these figures rather than get those, because I don't want to wait for the delivery and I don't really want to spend £20. So, and these may be useful also for future Vietnam dioramas, because I've still got the kit from Charlie that he gave me, the personnel carrier. Was it the M113? Is that what it is? Anyway, so yeah, so these will be useful. So staying with figures still, I bought these Arab Uprisings. As you can see, it looks like they're supposed to be from the Lawrence of Arabia kind of theme. I have an idea for a diorama with these. I have looked at them. Streetlets, whatever they're called, is not a company that I've had before. I've looked at them. The detail, I would say, could be there if the moulding was better. It's very soft, kind of. There's no very, you know, decent definition to the detail. So we'll have to see whether I can use them. Also, putting one of the riders on the camels, I don't know how the hell he sits on there, I really don't. So that's somewhere else I've got to try and work out if I get around to using these, or I may just bin them, we shall see. Okay, so this is my first IBG kit that I've recently bought. As you can see, it's the Panzerkampf Wagon 4 House D, and this I think was released as part of a magazine, but now they're being released as the standalone kits. These particular kits are quite easy to put together, and that's all I'm interested in at the moment, and trying to do a bit of a dio with these. Whether I use this particular vehicle and those Arabs to do a diorama, I don't know yet, but something a bit different with the House D, which was obviously one of the earlier Panzer IVs. So that's that. Staying with IBG, I've got this A9C5 close support British cruiser tank. Don't think I've ever built a cruiser tank in 1/72nd scale, and I really do like the early war stuff, you know, the French tanks, the obviously German tanks and the British tanks. So looking forward to building this, and I will possibly have a go at the camo colour, although as you know I prefer to paint my tanks all one colour. Still with IBG, and we've got this A10 Mark 1A close support British tank, and as you can see this is in more of the desert colours. So again, I could use this with the Arabs instead of using the Panzer IV. But another tank I don't think I've ever built in 1/72nd scale. These IBG kits, I think, are simple enough for me to enjoy putting together. If you recall, I did the Crusader tank. I think it was the anti-aircraft, I can't quite remember. and they wanted you to bend the side skirts 4 times along the length of it, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm looking for nice simple builds which I can just have fun putting together, painting, and perhaps putting a dio together for. Okay, another IBG model. This is the Cromwell Mark IV with the hull type C. As you know, I like the Cromwell. I've done a few of the Airfix 176 scale ones. I've looked inside this box prior to buying it, and it, again, although there is photo etch provided, it's not really a lot, and it's certainly not as intricate as the Crusader that I mentioned previously. So again, I'm looking forward to building this. Okay, so this is a tank that I've never built, the Centaur Mark IV. I think I may do this and add it to the Cromwell in a diorama, see if I can do that. Again, this looks like a fun build. IBG, their builds go together really well. As I say, the only thing that puts me off them, sometimes they can be a bit over detailed, sometimes it's the photo etch that as I say, I don't really enjoy doing. So, but again, the photo etch on this is quite simple and straightforward, so yeah, it should be really fun. Okay, so this one's a bit different as well. In fact, I can't, oh, there it is. I can just make out the company name, the Skr 1/72 scale Ford T ambulance, M1917. So I have an idea of a dio. I saw the figures first, and then I found this. I've got to get the figures. I've obviously already got the kit. This is really small. You may recall, I think I did the 1/48 scale ambulance in the past. So this is really tiny. But again, I'm hoping it will be a fun build, and I'm hoping that the diorama will be fun as well. Okay, yes, believe it or not, I've bought another Whippet. There are various markings you can do for this vehicle. I really enjoy putting it together, and I have another idea for a diorama with this. Something a bit more complicated than the one that I did where it was just on a dirt road. But again, the ideas basically made me want to get another one, so that's another one for the stash. Okay, so this is another company I've never made a model of before, Vespid Models. Now, these guys are, they're really getting a reputation for really nice kits. I think their first couple there may have been issues with them, but the ones that they're producing, for instance, this A34 Comet, looks a really nice kit to put together. Interestingly, in this kit, 1/72 scale, you get a brass barrel, obviously for the gun, and you do get a small fret of PE, but again, it doesn't look as if it's too onerous. As you know, I like the Comet. I've built the 1/76 scale Matchbox 1, which is one of my favourite Matchbox kits. So it'll be nice to do this one in 1/72. Okay, talking to Matchbox, I bought this 1/76 scale 234/76 model 1940. But it sounds daft, but when you're paying the postage for people to buy things online, when you realise that the postage doesn't increase anything when you add a couple of more kits to the then you might as well, you know, I think I might as well get someone else in order to make the postage worthwhile. So this is one of the reasons why I bought this. Another reason is I don't think I've got one of these in the loft to pull out at any time that I want to do a Matchbox kit. Somebody recently mentioned on the sprue, sorry, when they saw my Matchbox Monday of this kit, they thought that the gun barrel was too short, too small, and it looked more like 50mm rather than the 76mm. So that will be interesting to look at that in the future. Right, so the next one is the Trumpeters 1/72 scale Challenger 2 from the Iraq War. I don't think I've ever built this kit, and I'm not sure I've ever had the Challenger 2. I've had the Challenger 1, as you know. I had the Matchbox one, and there was one other one I did, Revel, I think. So I've done the Challenger 1 before, but not the Challenger 2, so it'll be, I'm looking forward to building this. Again, I've looked inside the box, it looks like a quite straightforward build, although it is length and length tracks. Yeah, I think it'll just be fun. Okay, so staying with the Challenger, this is the Challenger 1, and as I say, I've built the Revel 1 and I've built the 176 Matchbox 1, but I haven't built the Trumpeter 1. I've looked inside this and I don't see any issues, but again, it is link and length. Now I thought I bought the Challenger 2 in NATO colours, the NATO variant as opposed to the Iraq War one, but I can't find it at the moment, so that'll have to feature in another stash update. Okay guys, so just 3 kits left to go, you'll be glad to know. So this one is Mini Arts 172nd Goodshed, and the reason I bought this was similar to what I did with the Airfix buildings. I just want to use sections of it to add to dioramas. You know, even if it's just using a wall at the back of the diorama with something parked against it. And this was reasonably priced, and it's looks like it's not. Some of their stuff is you know, like the blown vinyl or whatever, and you have to put the 2 halves together to make up a width of a wall. This isn't. This is actually a plastic kit, so I was looking forward to getting this, as I say, using it in future dioramas. So the Airfix 148 scale Super Cat Jackal. I had this kit a while back and I had started it and then never completed it, and then it got damaged and broken, pieces got lost, and so I just bunged it. But myself and Steve Mottram are going to be doing a buddy build at some stage. He said that, you know, had I got one, and I said no, I'll get one, and so I'm hoping that we will get on and do that at some future date. Okay guys, so this one was on special offer and there was quite a bit of money off it. I've looked inside the box, it looks like a really detailed kit, really intricate kit. You get the T80 on the back as well. And this may be the one that I'll do for the big regroup build that's happening this year, hosted by Jeff's Model Works. I have got 2 other trucks, military trucks I could do though, so I don't know. I've got the Airfix Scammel, the 176 Airfix Scammel and trailer, and I've got the IBG Scammel and trailer, so I don't know which one to do. Anyway, as I say, I've managed to build 5 kits and I've bought God knows how many, I've lost count. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you found some of that interesting. If there's any of them that you want me to do like a quick review of, and I do mean a quick review, then let me know and I'll do a video so you can see some of the sprues and whatever. Okay guys, look after yourselves, take care, bye.